two very senior teachers over here. They've tried to understand what the CBSE syllabus would be like, what CBSE curriculum would be. And they are well prepared now. Even I do not know so many things, and I'll be learning from them.
Of the day to each and everyone present here. As the sir has told, what are we going to tell? So just saw the video, as it is, I am stating that sentence here. That is the beginning of that video. It's a decade-long roadmap. It's fascinating to think that the students, those who are appearing for class 9th this year, they are going to be graduating into a completely professional by 2031. So with this statement, why I am opening this session, because it's a long road map starting from 2026 till 2031. So here, as you are looking here, the title of the slide is CBSE Secondary Curriculum Transformation 2026 to 2031. As in our previous sessions also, every time, each and every resource person, whether it is online or offline, we have been talking, CBSE is only and only emphasizing on competency-based learning rather than rote learning. So here, now Rajesh sir will tell about the main idea behind the development of this syllabus or changes in the curriculum right from class 3 to class 9. Yes, just tell.
Very good afternoon to all. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to give suggestion or information of all these curriculum. First thing is, this is the complete roadmap from 2026 to 31, 5 years plan. What is the goal? Achievement is there, shifting from rote memorization to competency-based education, CBE. So what was the earlier structure? It was, you can learn, read it and give the answer. The common question is there. Now, in our new prescribed textbook, everything, it is clear that read it, think it, discuss it, everything it is there, and then you have to go different type of answers on the basis of the questions. So we are just shifting from this rote memorization to competency-based question, critical thinking, logical one, straightforward questions not there. Simple question is not there. You have to think and then give the. Again, I have actually connected this holistic first kosha with our 5 elements also. I don't know I am correct or not. The 5 elements, we know very well what are these 5 elements. But which type of development it is required now in this roadmap? That is the first one, the physical development, vital one, even covers a very important part. Third one is mental. You have to make our kids very strong mentally also. The fourth one, that is intellectual one, and spiritual, very important, connected with our dharmas also, our religion also, our culture also. So these are the 5 panch kosha means 5 koshas of given by this our CBSE. And one more thing is there, one book of 47 pages sir has sent in PDF form. In that book, very important, 14 points has given. Kindly go through these 14 points. All these 14 points are very important. So please go.
It's that text sir has sent, and out of that we have taken one printout. And now the second, the most that means fascinating and new concept, which is introduced recently. It is computational thinking and AI integration. So this CBSE has planned that computational thinking and AI will be starting right from class 3 to 8 in the session 2026 itself. 3 to 8 AI and computational thinking. And then they are telling they will be gradually implementing in class 9 in 2027-28 session. That means till class 8 it is compulsory for 3 to 8 students, and next year the same will be implementing in class 9. So here I have just tried to convey what is computational thinking or AI it is. Though computer teachers, when they will be discussing with the students, they will be more clear with the learners. But for the sake of educator, I am just trying to shortlisting it. Here actually this is keeping in mind future skill for 21st century learners. So what is computational thinking? Here they are telling, think logically, solve creatively and build digitally. So there is emphasis on digitalization. And the steps which we are going to follow for this computational thinking, that is, we have to split up a problem or question and then we have to reach to the solution. The first step is decomposition. That is breaking a big problem into smaller parts, like block arrangement or collecting the blocks that is played by the nursery students. Then assembling the different blocks and creating something new. Another is pattern recognition. Same type of color blocks or same type of pattern shape we are assembling together to reach certain solution. And then abstraction. Focusing on important detail, ignoring unnecessary ones. That means choosing what is important and leaving what is not important. And algorithm design. That is step-by-step solution like instruction. That is the concept map or flowchart. Here they have given a simple example of computational thinking. That is daily life we are making tea. So each one of us know how to make tea. That is, making tea is equal to algorithm. How come? There are certain steps to follow to make tea. Like first boil water, add tea, add milk, add sugar or whatever you wish to add and then serve. So this is the algorithm which we are following for the following that is final process of making tea. Similarly, for any problem, we will be following right from the smaller step till the topmost step. That means breaking down and then constructing it together. That is called programming. In language of computer, we call it programming. So here the program is given to the students and then the student is assembling for reaching the particular answer. Here from thinking to coding, shaping the future. That means here again emphasis on the coding. That means learners right from 3 to 8, they will be that means expected to be prompt in coding and decoding. This is the demand of 21st century. Now, this one again.
So first one in 2026-27 in class 6 we have to go for all these 3 languages. So first how to select our language? First our 2 official language we have to take. It might be in our Madhya Pradesh, suppose we have to go to Hindi. Maharashtra they are willing to go for Marathi. Okay. The second one is in next class, in next language, that is in R2, we have to go to Sanskrit here in our school. The third one is English. So this is the criteria and we will follow up to 2029-30, so it will come in proper link. Okay, in our constitution of India, in our 8th schedule of constitution, 42 languages have given there. So out of 42 languages, the different states they will select, choose their language according to the place.
Okay, here actually as sir said, CBSE has planned entire, that means in India, that for class 6, 3 language system is implemented this year, that is 2026. That may be Hindi, Sanskrit, and third language, that is foreign language. And in regional language, first language may be any regional language of certain state, Maharashtra, or that Punjab or Gujarat, whatever their native language, that may be R1. R2 may be Hindi or Sanskrit, and R3, that is foreign language. That is English, or if any school wants that German, French, that may be the third language, that is foreign language. And as in our school, must be all are thinking, already we are following this pattern, that we have Hindi also, English also, and Sanskrit also. So that pattern is going to continue in our school. We are already following, but the rest of the schools will gradually follow. Class 7, in class 7 next year, 2027 3 language formula. Class 8, 2028. Then class 9, 2029. The 3 language formula will be implemented. That means this year class 9 will only study Hindi and English. Sanskrit is not for class 9. This year they will be following 3 language formula 9th class in the year 2029-30.
In 2026-27, when we start this pattern, it will conclude or completed in 2031. That is the road.
So this is regarding 3 language formula. Anyone, if you are not clear with that, you can ask. Pilpa sir is also there with us. If you are not able to explain, sir will guide us. If anybody has any query regarding that. Now, this is just a road map.
I
Yes,
just
yes, sir.
there are some terms also.
Yes.
We are saying R1, R2.
Student can opt either advanced maths, advanced science, or both or none. That is only the choice of the student.
This indicates, this advanced word indicates something. They are making IITians coming back
Yes.
after
JEE
5 years.
and IIT
A very brilliant
foundation
students.
for the
It's a good
students.
road map. Next one is
This. Okay. Previous all slides were talking about academic part, that is math, science, book, textbook, syllabus and all. Now here, as always, the CBSE is telling about holistic education. So here, now earlier it was not mandatory to study art education, vocational education, physical education and well-being for the students. But from this year, CBSE has made it mandatory. The new scheme makes art education, vocational education, physical education, well-being compulsory component of the school curriculum. And books are published and soon available in the market. That means Kaushal, for vocational education, the name of the book is Kaushal Bodh. So all the books are available in soft copy very soon. They will be available in hard copy also. But when we were watching that video, one of the principal has raised the question that what if the parents deny to purchase more books? What if we are talking about the heavy bags of the students if 4 more books are increasing? So that resource person has told it is up to the choice of the school and the educators. They can use soft copy of those subjects to guide the students, not to ask the students to purchase them compulsorily. That is the choice of the school and the teachers to make comfortable with the parent and the student. And here, these subjects, earlier the art teacher or that the music teacher or that physical education teachers, they were simply taking the students to the labs or their room and they were giving something to draw whatever they were willing to do, or directly they were going to the ground. But now there is particular syllabus for each and every class. For art education, physical education and vocational education for 9th class, we have that tourism. So syllabus is there already, but for these subjects also syllabus will be there. Teacher will have to plan, pre-plan, and then accordingly teacher will have to guide the student, and there will be major, that means assessment, art, craft, physical education, सबका assessment भी होगा, and that assessment, that tracking will involve oral presentation, activity books, teacher observation, portfolio and written test. In tourism we have written test and we have that practical exam also. But for art and craft and other subjects also, physical education also, we will have to keep record for each and every student, written test, oral test, practical, everything we will have to track. Right from class 6 to class 9. That will be there, tracking all the events. Next, the roadmap says here that no streaming in science, art, commerce in grade 9. All subjects are compulsory. Actually, it is not there in our school. Like in some of the school, like ICSC board, or in some states, among science, arts, commerce, they start choosing from class 9 itself. But here, now CBSE says there is no separation of subject. All the 5 main subjects, that is maths, science, social science, Hindi and English. They all are 5 compulsory main subjects. No choice among them. And this, they are telling, this cohort will sit for the first fully revamped board exam in 2028. Means 9th class batch, who is in this year, next class in 10th, they will be appearing for the board exam for the entirely changed pattern of this system. They will be appearing for the board exam next year. And they are saying that for teaching student, as per the new syllabus, we will be go with books also and with digital devices also. Like online and offline, both we are going to do it.
Now I am coming to this important update for class 9 students.
Yes.
Advanced mathematics, advanced science. These are the new words. Earlier it was only one pure maths, or you can say standard maths. Now it is divided into 2 parts, but second part is not mandatory actually. It is already mentioned there. But you have to, if you are willing to give the exam, you have to give the exam. It will come afterward. New textbook. When I checked the new textbook of our CBSE, so a lot of changes are there. Direct questions are not given there in that book. Competency-based questions are there. Logical questions are there. See, one question I am just giving you an example. How correlate these 2 subjects or 3 subjects, SST and mathematics? The height of that waterfall, the name of the waterfall, particular state is also mentioned there, the 450 meter. Second one, it is mentioned the Statue of Unity in Gujarat. The height of that one is so and so. Now look at that. These are the 2 questions of general studies. Now third more building is coming just beside that 2 picture. A boy standing there in the 10th floor of that building, and the height of that boy is 1 meter only. See, the question starts from height of the waterfall. And the name of the waterfall, something I forgot, from Karnataka. 450 meter. 450. Huh? No, something. Puchi, something like that. So 450, 180, and the boy who is standing there in the 10th floor of the building, the shape of the building is there, the height of that boy is 1 meter, that's 3.450. Now look at how to connect it. 2 questions from GST. What is general studies? Now it is linked with maths. The height of that particular boy is 1 meter. The 10 floor buildings are there. What is the total height of the building? So what we have to do? We have to now multiply with 10 with that particular height of OI will be converted to the height of the building. Now look at the comparison. How much floor we have to construct to make that building up to the level of that Statue of Unity? So this is the difference between the previous, whatever textbook was earlier in NCERT, given by NCERT, and this new textbook. Syllabus is changed. It is already there, syllabus changed. Advanced mathematics and advanced science now it is coming. This is the two-level system. All two in class. This is for class 9 only of this current session. First, we have to go for the two languages, Hindi and English. One is SST, 3 subjects is over. For these 2 subjects, it is divided into 2 parts. It is mandatory to go for maths standard, or you can say pure maths.
Basic maths.
And basic maths. It is compulsory to give the exam of 3 hours. Okay? Now, for advanced one, the condition is there. Either if you are willing to give that exam, you can free to give the exam. अब मुझे नहीं देना है, you are also free to देना. देना भी है, डर भी है, तो भी दो. Look at that डर. If student has got more than 50% marks, 50% or more, what type of remarks it will mention there on the sheet? Successful completion only. Successful completion, successful completion, successful completion. Those who scored below 50%,
No remark.
no remark. Nothing it is there. It is blank. Or advanced only. That is for science and mathematics only. And if suppose, sorry, no, मेरे को नहीं देना, नहीं दीजिए, वो भी है. So either you have to give the exam of that extra advanced paper of maths and science, or you can go for it, no worry, whatever result it is coming, nothing it is visible there on that particular sheet, or नहीं जाना चाहिए मेरे को, छोड़ो मेरा यही ठीक है, क्या है प्योर मैथ, बेसिक मैथ. So these are the actually
criteria.
Changes. Okay.
Changes.
I'll just add something over here. I was just reading through this when it talked about mathematics. Okay. In fact, I've written also. They're talking about the change which is there in mathematics learning now. Earlier we used to tell them the quadratic equation. Right? Those of you who are opted for sciences, you must be knowing quadratic equation is, there's one formula for that quadratic equation. We were telling about, okay, children, this is what I've written and this is the quadratic equation. Ax plus bx square is equal to 5, quadratic equation. But now they are saying that this quadratic equation is called Brahmaputra quadratic equation. It is not quadratic equation, it is called Brahmaputra quadratic equation, and the child should know who Brahmaputra is, and a little history about
the scientist.
About-
the mathematician.
Okay, they are talking about that. So they are relating it with history also. They are relating with art also. You must recognize that person. Who Brahmaputra is. That is what mathematics is. There was another example. We normally talk about pi. We don't know. In fact, I was also not knowing. Brahmaputra I was knowing, but pi I was not knowing. It is Madhavi's formula for pi. So child has to be told that, okay, this formula pi that we write, this is Madhavi's formula. Now who this Madhavi is, that the teacher will have to find out and explain. the teacher will have to show the photograph of Madhavi. And there is Madhavi. So a photograph can also come in the exam. Identify or relate this picture with a formula. So that is what the changes are. So, and similarly, it's for in all the subjects. Sciences. We talk about sciences. We are talking about. Urbalia Sir goes into the class and talks about the Ohm's law. Now, who is that Ohm? The photograph of Ohm. And what is that law? That is, we can learn that law. But what is the application of that law? What type of a project can we make on that? In class 10, right now, 80 marks is the theory paper, 20 marks is the practical paper. And now onwards, let's say, what the rubrics of 20 marks. What is the rubrics of 20 marks? 20 marks देते कैसे हैं? So for 20 marks, they say there is a pen paper test of 10 marks. Right, we have it. Okay.
Actually, periodic test.
Periodic test, where pen paper test is when there are 10 marks. Portfolio engagement is 5 marks and lab work is 5 marks.
Okay, that actually
But 20 periodic test. This is where the portfolio 5 marks when I say. Now this includes quizzes, oral tests, attendance of the child, okay, the behavior of the child. All this is under
portfolio.
This is under the portfolio.
Classwork, homework, copy, correction, and discipline, behavior, everything will be in portfolio. And multiple assessment like quizzes, oral test, and pen paper test, and subject enrichment activities like project work, field work, case study, lab work. These all will be in this 5 months. So 4 pillar vocational education, and in vocational education, as we all are doing, like carpentry, and that cookery club also we are running, and that electrical work we are doing, and that tourism we have. So many options we have. So CBSE says it should have maximum 110 hours annually, or 165 periods of mandatory skill education each year, and 3 specific projects, completion of 3 projects across different form of work. Matlab in every subject 3 reports we should have in the entire year. Here, for the schools, they are saying there has to be a proper skilled lab by the August 2027 in every school. Sir, I will just ask you to guide over this, because as you were telling that those working of tourism, when the students are that going for tour, that
the
will
main
be
question that is coming is here is how to find out this 110 hours.
along with our that timetable.
Even when we discussed with our principal sir yesterday, yes, even a suggestion, not a suggestion also, all our activities, it is included here in this 110 hours, as well as whatever timing our kids are giving during our educational excursion also, that is also included in that 110 hours.
That the students we are taking for tour, annual tour.
That we have
1
to
week.
maintain the record also of each and everything, so that it will be very easy to assessment. So that is good for assessment also. Next.
So that
I
means
just,
yes, yes, I am telling.
I have something with me. When they talk about art education, now art does not mean drawing, painting. Now what is there in the art education? I'll tell you. They say curriculum has got perceptual knowledge, that means sensory experiences, you are listening, you are watching, you are hearing. So sensory perceptions we have to have. Emotional engagements, when you have the body language, the facial expressions, all that comes over there. Then aesthetic awareness. How much, basically your environment, somewhere around environment, how you can have the aesthetic nature of that particular area. Suppose I wear a very colorful shirt today, and I wear a colorful tie. Will that go with it?
No, sir.
Aesthetically? No. So it should be matching. That is what aesthetic, in a simple words, mean. Then there is, that was perceptual knowledge. Then there is procedural knowledge, the skills of creating it, how to create that. Then performing and working with tools and materials. There are so many tools and materials that we are working with. Now, suppose there's a sculpture, and the sculptor is working with, the stone is there, the chisel is there, hammer is there, carving a certain statue, that vision is there, that vision, that image of that statue should be there on the paper. And then what is the role of hammer? How hard will he hit? What is the role of a chisel? There are different sizes of chisels also. What type of stone you are using? All this has to be connected. We should know about it. Where is that stone coming from? Okay. And then different type of sculptors, the great sculptors that we have, we should know about. That is what art education, or drama, or dance, or music. What type of music? What type of musical instruments are there? What type of sound systems are required? In the morning we are using the amplifier over here. How much, what should be the tone of it? What should be the bass of it? How much volume is required? All that comes under this. Then it's a conceptual knowledge, understanding elements and principles such as rhythm, space, balance, color, movement, and length. So that is again a part of this art education. So it is totally integrated and in harmony. Then they talk about local art traditions serve as starting points with gradual expansion to regional, national and global forms. Arts integration across subjects is encouraged with emphasis on creative. In class 10, right now, 80 marks is the theory paper, 20 marks is the practical paper. And now onwards, let's say what the rubrics of 20 marks. What is the rubrics of 20 marks? 20 marks देते कैसे? So for 20 marks, they say there is a pen paper test of 10 marks. Right, we have it. Okay.
Actually, periodic test.
Periodic test, where pen paper test is when there are 10 marks. Portfolio engagement is 5 marks and lab work is 5 marks.
Okay, that actually
Total 20. Periodic test. This is where the portfolio, 5 marks when I say. Now this includes quizzes, oral tests, attendance of the child, okay, the behavior of the child, all this is under
portfolio.
This is under the portfolio.
Classwork, homework, copy, correction, and discipline, behavior, everything will be in portfolio. and multiple assessment like quizzes, oral test, and pen and paper test, and subject enrichment activities like project work, field work, case study, lab work. These all will be in this 5 months. So 4 pillars.